My new Wave Toys Berzerk Mini Arcade Replicade actually went berserk on me, literally, pun intended. And on today's episode, we're going to talk about this product that New Wave Toys did send me for review, but I'm going to give you my honest opinions, feedback, reactions, and my experience testing this product out. Again, Berzerk and Frenzy are available now to order from New Wave Toys, and it was really cool that they sent me one for review. Now, obviously, the packaging is superior. It comes in a box, within a box, within a box, and then the main box, which I always hold on to, these collector's boxes, is so well packaged. As you can see here, you can't just pull that arcade machine out. And inside of the box, we're going to get all kinds of accessories. Some of the coolest accessories that they've come up with so far. As always, we got those awesome recreation instruction booklets. We got an extra joystick topper, which we'll talk about. We got some Atari stickers in here, which we'll talk about. You get your quarters, because this thing actually works by depositing quarters. You could actually coin in your fake mini plug for power. An awesome new lock bar to put across the coin door on the kick plate, which is really, really cool. And speaking of the kick plate, they actually have this little kick plate guard that's optional that you could stick on there. Now, when you take this thing out of the box, you're going to see even more improvements have been made to the front of these arcade machines. I mean, as always, New Wave Toys gives us a metal die-cast coin door, but we actually have a metal die-cast control panel, as well as a slot where a fake PCB plugs in. And once we peel the stickers on here, or once we peel the protective film, you're going to just see how cool this thing really is. When it comes to owning any home arcade product, large or small, the coolest and one of the most rewarding satisfaction parts of these things is peeling that plastic film and getting ready to actually fire these things up. Man, this thing actually is metal on the control panel. Very, very impressive. And when you look at the overall artwork package here, this is actually painted on the wood. That's right. This isn't some kind of cheap vinyl sticker or something like that. It's actually painted on there, and it looks incredible. I was so shocked at how well this looks. Now, on the top of the machine, you're going to have your typical volume up-down slider switch, and then of course you're going to have your power button. And when we take a look at just the overall presentation of the marquee, the bezel, the kick plate, the control panel, everything here is a beautiful recreation. Even a fake speaker in that top section there above the little monitor looks really cool, man. Now, as always, New Wave Toys kills it when it comes to providing optional ports and optional ways to play their mini arcade machines. On the back of the machines, you got your little fake power plug here where you can plug in these fake little power cables if so desired as part of your little mini arcade displays. But, of course, we're going to have our two USB ports, we're going to have our charging port, and we're going to have an HDMI out, so you could play with optional controllers. You could play this on a television, monitor, etc. And of course, this cute little fake lock behind the speaker. It's adorable. The bottom half of the arcade machine really has some awesome features on it. So obviously we have our coin door, and this actually works. You could take these little mini coins that they provide you. You could actually drop them in the player one slots to coin in. And they have a little coin return box inside of there that you can pull out, etc. Now, being able to actually coin in and play the original arcade ROMs is really, really cool, but, you know, it's kind of hard to get to because it's so small. Luckily, they have that coin in button where you saw the blue arrow where you could just press that to coin in. Obviously, you drop the coins in and boom, they fall into the coin slot and you'll never lose them. Probably one of the coolest new features, of course, is this PCB Action, or removable PCB. That's right. If you have space at the bottom of these fake arcade machines or replicades, why not fill it with something cool to excite the customers, such as a fake PCB board that looks just like what I guess the original arcade PCB setup looked like on this game. I hope they keep doing this on future versions. All it does is slide in and out. It's just something for you to look at every once in a while, and it's a really nice touch. Now, when it comes to applying the optional accessories, all you got to do is peel the double-sided sticky tape here for the kick plate guard. This little fake, it feels like a piece of metal, but it's supposed to impersonate a real kick plate guard on an arcade machine. All you do is stick it on there. Once you stick it on there, it ain't coming off. It looks pretty cool in my opinion. You definitely want to put it right there at the bottom edge. Don't forget, don't let the camera fool you. That's an indentation there on the bottom of the arcade, so that is the proper placement for this little guard. I think that's a nice touch. I'm definitely going to put that on there. And then they have that, again, remember this optional lock bar, which, again, this is a nice touch for, you know, an arcade that's actually in a real arcade, trying to protect the quarters inside. And that just sticks on there via magnets. So Takes you less than 2 seconds to put it on there, and these two little accessories really complete the look on the front of these machines. Now, New Wave Toys did provide optional Atari stickers. I'm glad these are optional. Now, keep in mind, Berzerk and Frenzy were originally made by Stern, and Atari bought the rights to those games. So, unfortunately, New Wave Toys and Stern, typical Stern mannerisms, in my opinion, more Stern than New Wave Toys. Stern didn't want to give them the approval to put the original Stern logos on here, so you can put these Atari stickers on the kickplate door as well as the marquee if desired. But since this game wasn't made by Atari originally, I'm not going to do that. And the last optional accessory is a recreation of the big black bat top joystick cover that you could put on the control panel. Now, they have it written all over this thing in the instruction manual, in the little baggie that this black joystick cover comes in, that this is not meant to actually use for play. This is only meant for display only. So if you wanted to have a big black joystick in there just for displaying your dioramas, if you're not actually playing the machine, you could do it. And of course, it just screws on, screws off. Don't lose your ball top, because you're going to want to use that ball top if you're actually going to play this thing. But let's go ahead and talk about how my Berzerk literally went berserk on me. Something happened here that caught me by surprise, because I've never had an issue with a New Wave Toys Replicade before, but I guess I was due. Fired this thing up, and of course the light up marquee, in my opinion, looks fine. Some people don't like it. I like that it kind of changes the way the Frenzy cap does, which we'll talk a little bit more about at the end of the video. I went ahead and I coined in and I started playing. And of course, if you're a big fan of Berzerk or Frenzy, you're really gonna like this because it sounds great. It plays great. Well, I mean, it did play great, but it's the original arcade ROMs. Everything appears to be emulating and running fine, but I noticed after a few minutes of gameplay, all of a sudden right here, I could no longer move to the left. And I was like, what the heck's going on here, man? My joystick's not working. And then I was having difficulty moving diagonalies, etc. You'll notice that I was doing diagonal to the right and it was moving straight down. I couldn't move to the right, and oh, now I'm moving to the right. Then I tried to move to the left, and it's not responding. But the surefire way that I knew that my joystick was broken was after I died and it's like, hey, set your high score. You'll notice that it's moving randomly and it's constantly moving to the left. So something was going on where the joystick broke on me, which is a real shame. Now, I got to say something, man. I've owned like 15, 20 of these New Wave Toys Replicades. Never, ever have had an issue with any of their mini arcade machines. So I guess I was due, right? I reached out to the folks at New Wave Toys. I said, hey guys, you sent me this product for review, but guess what? My joystick is broken. It's not working. Do you want me to hop in there, open this thing up and try and fix it, or send me a replacement? The team there was so cool responsive. They said, we're going to ship you a replacement right away. And they did. New Wave Toys customer service was awesome. They shipped me out a replacement right away. That way I could really check this thing out the way it's meant to be checked out, because unfortunately we had a defective unit. Let's go ahead here. You can hit the player 1, player 2 start buttons, and you can enter the dip switch settings modes, which is nice. You can turn the marquee on or off, adjust screen brightness, turn scan lines on or off, turn on or off the Replicade track mode, adjust when you get bonus lives, things like that, and also switch over games. That's right. If you click on Berzerk at the top here with the fire button, you should be able to switch over into Frenzy if you want to play Frenzy. The machine will reboot. Let's play some Frenzy. We're going to check this out, and then we'll play some quick Berzerk and have a quick final thought. Taking a peek here, it's nice to see that when you play Frenzy, the marquee will do all the flickering and things that the Frenzy version of this Replicade does, you know, with the distressed version. Let's check this out. Nice to see that my joystick is working. Let's check out Berzerk.
Fight like a robot. Destroy the intruder. Intruder alert, intruder alert. Shoot chicken, fight like a robot.
Although I had a defective unit, really doesn't change my opinion overall of this product and New Wave Toys. I guess shit happens, and I've received 15, 20 of these. I've paid for some. They've sent me some for review, and I've never had a problem before. Never had a defective unit before, so I guess I was due. Shout out to New Wave Toys. All the improvements and changes they've made to this Replicade line are pretty awesome. I think this thing is pretty cool for what it is. I mean, it is $200. You can either get this version or the Frenzy. I'll have those links below. Thanks for sending this to me a review. Let me know what you guys think. Give me your comments, feedback, reactions below. If you enjoyed this review, give me a thumbs up on the way out. And as always, my dudes, thank you for subscribing.